Hey, our next guest, I am really geeked up. I told you I had a hero in self-publishing, but I also had a hero in the YouTube business because I would not be here. I would not have two YouTube channels if it wasn't for this person here. Her name is Julie Broad, and she actually is the founder of Book Launchers. It's a done-for-you service that works with nonfiction authors specifically, which is perfect. We bring her to a nonfiction showcase that we do this, but she's actually here to talk a little bit more about her latest publication, Self-Promote and Succeed, the No Boring Books way to build your brand and attract your audience. Julie, welcome to the show. I'm so glad to have you here.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here too. Do I see our new mug hanging out in your back shelf there?
You do, yes. Angela got me hooked up. It got turned around. There we go. Now there we go. There we go. Yeah.
I thought it looked. There we go. See, we got matching mugs.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, so boy, how many books deep are you into so far? Because I remember you had Self-Publish and Succeed. Did you have another one in that series yet, or you're working on the next one?
There's two in that series. I self-published two books prior to those, and that's really prior to Book Launchers. But yeah, there's Self-Publish and Succeed, and then Self-Promote and Succeed.
Interesting. So what are the plans going forward here in the whole Self-Publish and Succeed series? Are you planning on continuing this so that way authors can come to you as like the resource for learning how to self-publish as a nonfiction author?
I can't compete with your 8-book series here, my friend.
It's 12.
See, it's so many, I can't even count that high. So no, I got to stop there because I can't compete.
yeah, totally understand. But so with Self-Promote and Succeed, what was the inspiration behind this? What led you to writing this book?
So with Self-Publish and Succeed, it was 65,000 words before I even got to the marketing part.
Smokes.
So at that point, because originally Self-Publish and Succeed was supposed to be like the book, right? The book for nonfiction authors to write a book that is set up to sell, and then here's how you're going to go and sell it. But 65,000 words in, I had not started the marketing part, and I thought, this is 2 books. So we stopped it with a very short chapter, basically giving you a little bit of here's some marketing advice. And then, the next book, and Self-Promote and Succeed, was 80,000 words. And still, book marketing is such a big realm, right? There's so many things, and there's not one path that goes, okay, here's your path, and this is going to guarantee you success. Like, I mean, goodness, don't we all wish?
I wish. Yeah.
So it's really, 4 different paths, and even then that's not actually there, there's nuances to every path, but that's how we broke it out. And I could have gone so much deeper into so many different areas. So in theory, there's more books there, but honestly, I think I'm going to stop there and people can just watch the YouTube videos.
Yeah, you're very prolific with the YouTube videos, and you've been doing it for so long. And gosh, there's so much high production value. A lot of people always give me compliments, but I'm usually like, it's her fault. I watch her stuff, and I try to keep the bar up there. So what broke you into doing YouTube? Because you were an author, obviously, and you were crushing it. You were #1 and overall on Amazon up in Canada. That is not an easy feat. So what led you to YouTube?
It was actually that. So it's funny, as you're talking, I was thinking, well, what did lead me? So with my previous business, I had YouTube videos, and those were really great for growing that business. But to actually start talking about publishing, it was because my book went to #1, and I was so busy with my 2 real estate businesses that I just shot a handful of videos. And when people would say, can you help me with my book? I just sent them the videos. I was like, look, I'm too busy. I can't help you. But I had shot 7 videos basically saying, okay, here's what I did to get this book out there and bring it to #1. And so that's actually what started it, was because I didn't want to be rude and say, no, I can't help you. I'm too busy. But I wanted to give them something. But YouTube's my fun place. I mean, honestly, there's a part of me that thinks I'd just like to be full-time only doing YouTube.
You and me both, for sure. But I mean, gosh, you're so good at what you do because you have such a deep client roster of successful authors and such. And gosh, what was that transition like, going from this real estate person to now becoming essentially a coach? a
Yeah.
manager, if you will, and getting people their books out into the world?
Yeah, it's interesting because I didn't transition alone. So one of the things I did very differently with book launchers, partly because I moved from Canada to the United States, and so you're starting fresh, right? It's like nobody knows me, so we have to start completely fresh. But I hired people right off the hop, and so I had people on my team who had done this for other people. So I immediately had expertise to lean on. Like I could go, okay, this person did this with his books, and now he's helping other people, and this person's done the full publishing. So it wasn't me, and I actually don't work on the books at all. I help with titles, and I'll go, hey, that cover doesn't look right. I inject my unwanted opinion with my team from time to time, but I don't touch the books. And I think that helped with the transition because I'm definitely an expert now. But when I launched this business, I'd only published 2 books. That doesn't make me an expert. So hiring experts onto my team was really, really vital to that transition. And then, YouTube helped too, because I immediately started shooting videos, just telling everybody everything I knew. And that attracts people because they go, okay, she seems to know what she's talking about.
So what do you do when somebody comes with a boring book? Do you advise them to breathe some life into it or start from scratch and just write a better book?
It depends. And some people do not want to hear it, or they don't believe us when we say, hey, this book really needs some life. Some people genuinely want to know. They're like, I'm so scared my book is boring. Please tell me if it is. Other people are so confident their book just kicks butt, and they bring it to you and you go, oh, this isn't good enough to publish. And they get mad. They're really mad.
What do you mean my book's boring?
I always find a nice way to say it. But part of it is that a lot of people are so far down the journey, right? So, you've written the book, you've hired an editor, and then you bring it to a company and they go, hey, listen, like this is not going to sell the way you want it to sell. You missed the mark on the hook and, capturing readers' attention. They sometimes will just go, oh, you're just trying to sell me services. And it's like, okay, good luck. And
go to
sadly,
market with it, see what happens.
Well, and sadly, some of them do. And, we actually have somebody that's in this process right now, and it's done terrible, and they have an ugly cover and they have a bad title. And those things are really hard to fix after the fact. And so, so I'm honest. I'm always honest. That's the thing is if I think your book is great and I tell you that, you can rest assured that I do think it's great. If I think your book needs a lot of work, I'm going to tell you that too. And just be prepared.
Hey, you've said my books are good. That means you're being legit. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's true, because what's the point in saying your book is good if it's not? And then you start getting all these terrible reviews. You're going to go, wait, she said it was good. And she
lied to me.
About, right? It's not going to help me any.
I don't know if you're able to track this, but do you get more clients from your YouTube videos or from your books?
Sometimes it's the chicken or the egg, because both impact it. But YouTube is definitely a very, very high ranking factor. It may not be the thing that they see first, just like the book might not be the thing they see first, but they work hand in hand, because there's been times where somebody finds us on video, reads the book, and then goes, oh my gosh, I need to work with you. And then it's happened in the other way too. So it's what I tell authors all the time is there isn't one thing that works to get book sales, to grow your brand. It's all the things that work in harmony together. And that's really why you have to do more than one thing, because I don't believe that one thing is going to build your brand or sell your book.
Oh my gosh. You know what? That is the perfect way to finish up our 10-minute interview here with you, Julie. So one last little plug here. Why should people vote for your book instead of the virtual book fair?
So that your hashtag no boring book, because you wrote a great book, right? It finds its readers and can have the impact and make the income for you that you want it to.
Well, Julie, thank you so much for your time. It's always a pleasure. And we need to put this inside our books here right now, because you and I have never had a 10-minute conversation.
I know, right? I was just thinking that. I'm like, how are we going to only talk for 10 minutes? But you guys, 3.5 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Way to go, you two.
Thanks so much for joining us. It's great to connect with you. I've heard so many good things from Dale. So
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to chat with you for a very brief time, Ross.
Talk again soon. But
Bye.
thanks, Julie.